son. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you want to be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations.
The world is wide. Let's make it closer. With smart planning and a touch of magic, Ash knows travel. Welcome to the future of travel. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel. And on this channel, I share trainings, walkthroughs, and insider tips to help travel advisors book smarter and build confidence. And tonight, that's all what we're going to talk about. We are going to talk about how you can build confidence as a new travel agent. And I'm going to walk you through the mindset shifts that will help you feel more secure and more capable and more confident in your new role as a travel agent. Whether you're brand new or maybe still finding your kind of footing or setting a foundation, whatever you want to call that, I just want you to know that this is a safe space to learn, grow, and just kind of get that clarity that you need to move your business forward. So if you are live here, you should already know. Make sure you go ahead and comment hello. I want to see you. I want to say hello as well. Hello, everyone. And of course, if you're watching this on a replay, make sure you comment hashtag replay so that I know that you stopped by. And of course, before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss my weekly live trainings. Tomorrow, I have a pretty exciting training that is going to be happening. I'm going to do like a round table panel, okay? And we're going to talk about the confidence curve. We're going to talk about just different types of things that we go through as travel agents. And I'm going to discuss it with Miss Sarah Harvey and Miss Joanne Tingle tomorrow at 5 p.m. PST. So while you guys are getting ready for Thanksgiving, okay, tune in and just kind of hang out with us and kind of discuss with us just different things. So make sure you hop on then. All right. So let me go ahead and remove all of the stuff for you. And we are going to dive into this training. Are you guys excited? Are you guys ready for tonight? I didn't realize how close I was to the camera, but hello, everyone. I hope you guys are all doing well. I feel like we had a pretty extensive week last week with all of the trainings, and I cannot wait to show you what's happening next month. Like next month is insane. Like Ash Knows Travel is about to go to a whole new level, and I can't wait to take you guys with me. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek. Okay. We're going to talk about AI next month. We're going to talk about monetization next month. We're going to talk about like turning just your chat GPT into becoming your assistant. Yeah. We're also going to talk about just different topics that really are going to kind of just take your business to a new level. Also, next month is my birthday. So we're going to be doing something special because it happens to be one of the days I go live. So we're going to do something special. We're going to do a vision board next month for 2026. And then I have a pretty exclusive panel in the works with a very special guest that we all know and love. So I'm pretty excited. I don't want to say it just yet because I kind of still, need to put everything in place. But I have a very, very exciting month coming for you guys. And I hope you guys are already locked in and subscribed. So you guys can just see all of the cool things that we're going to be doing. You guys are going to be learning all different tools and just different ways to make money as travel agents next month. So I'm very excited. So make sure you guys, of course, tune in for that. But okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So building confidence as a new travel agent. This is going to be one of my favorite live trainings that I do because I just feel like as new agents, we are exactly here. If you ever felt nervous or unsure, yeah, I think that can kind of sum up as a new agent, right? About what to do next, you're not alone. You're absolutely not alone. We've all went through this, and somebody who's been here for 3+ years, I really like to hit home. And maybe you're not brand new. Maybe you've been here for a few months. Okay. You can consider yourself new for like at least a year. All right. I think that's safe because you're learning so much, right? So, even if you're not brand new, but you might be like, okay, where do I go? What do I do? So I just want to kind of set the foundation for you so that okay, yes, this is new, but I don't need to be afraid of it. I need to embrace it. Like that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight. So, every confident travel agent you see started exactly where you are. So, how you feel right now, all of us successful agents out here, we've all started on that same path. So, I want you to understand that what you're going through as a new agent, whether you're like, okay, what do I do next? Where do I go here? Whatever that is, or maybe the exciting parts where you get your first booking and, that first, okay, I sent out the quote, like all of this, we've all felt. And it's just kind of a good building stepping stone to you being the travel agent that you want to be. So, tonight, we're going to be covering a lot of different cool topics. We're going to talk about what actually builds confidence, okay? And it's not perfection. I think a lot of us get stuck on being that perfect agent and it kind of blocks us. So, we're going to talk about those tonight. We're going to talk about how to talk to clients when you're still learning, okay? I think something we get nervous about is, oh my gosh, somebody messaged me, or how do we do this? How do we do that? Okay, I got you. How to grow your comfort level step by step. Okay, we're not going to just take this all in at once because that's one thing that will really overwhelm you. And then we're also going to go over simple systems that make you feel like you're supported. So as you transition into being that successful travel agent, you're going to have the ability to have some kind of support underneath that foundation. All right. So we're going to go over some really good topics. Make sure you guys stay to the end because I have some really cool stuff to show you guys. Okay. So, why new advisors feel unsure? Common worries. The first thing that I always hear from an advisor is that they don't want to say the wrong thing. And a lot of people will text their mentors and be like, hey, how do you handle this, right? Because you don't want to say the wrong thing. That is a common thing that new advisors go through. Next thing, I'm scared of being asked something I don't know. So you want to sit down and learn everything possible, right? We don't want to do that, right? We want to learn as we go. But this is a feeling that a lot of advisors feel because they're afraid to get started because what if they don't know something? Maybe a lot of you guys, I get this a lot, especially for sometimes with new agents. I feel behind. You're not behind. This is a 1099 position. You go at your own pace, okay? One thing I can tell you right now that I've learned in the 3 years that I've been here is we cannot compete with other agents because sometimes in life you will see another agent and you'll be like, oh, I just want to be just like them, right? But you don't know what that agent had to go through to get there. And once you learn the stories, you're like, oh, okay. Like you had to really put in the work. And so you can't really ever compare your path to another agent because you don't know what they've been through or what they had to put in to get there, right? And that took me a really long time to learn. But now that I've learned that, I established my own path. The only person I compete with is myself. Okay. So that is kind of a confidence thing too, right? I'm confident in the fact that I don't have to compete with other people. That is something that you will build as a person, right? And it's great because we can do that through the travel industry because it's something as simple as booking travel, right? But you kind of grow this like, I am who I am. Like I am the travel agent. You will come to me. You will book through me, right? And that comes with it. That's a part of building that confidence. And that's exactly what we're trying to learn here, right? So the truth is, all right, with that, where I'm trying to get to with that is that you have to understand that confidence grows gently over time, okay? It's not something that happens overnight. You have to give yourself patience. You have to give yourself grace. You have to celebrate the small wins, okay? And with guidance and small steps and support, right? We have the ability to take this platform that we are given, thankfully, through Archer and Evolution, and make money off of it through bookings, right? And monetization and team building and whatever else you want to dive into, because there's just several different opportunities. But you have a platform that's given to you. And once you sit down and start learning it and you start taking those small steps, you have the capability of going in there and really making some money, right? So it's common to feel this way because, yeah, it's a lot, but it's a good thing that it's a lot because with all of these resources, we're able to take things to a whole new level. So it's anything. It's thank you. Thank you for all the resources, right? So with that, let's talk about the 4 pillars of a confident new advisor. And the reason I like to talk about these is because they seem kind of small, I guess, in a sense, but these things really can kind of help set your tone for how you learn as an advisor. So let me explain. First one I have is clarity. Clarity is a big one if you are learning something, right? If you're not sure what your steps are and you don't know what to do next, that's probably one of the most frustrating things we have as an agent. So, confidence starts when you're understanding what's next, what's part of the process, right? And in that, when you're learning what's next, you're going to learn how to basically talk to potential clients, how to gather their info, right? How to look up a trip. Now, this isn't going to be done overnight. This is going to take a few bookings, a few trips for everything, right? I always talk about my first booking as a travel agent, okay? And I've been successful. I'm here 3 years plus now, right? So this is my story, but my first booking was on Expedia Tap, and it was on a Facebook group. Then I found a girl that needed me to book a trip. I reached out to her, just trying to be that confident travel agent, right? We were going out there, and she didn't know how to book it. So I got lucky. So I went on Expedia Tap because that was the only resource I had. I didn't really have Vax set up or know the logins, to be honest with you. I had access, but I didn't have what I needed. So this is why I teach what I teach, okay? And then I booked her trip and I spelt her name wrong. And you're probably wondering, how did I spell the name wrong? Well, I even got the ID and I knew how the name was spelled, but somehow magically I still spelled it wrong. I think I was nervous. And it's a silly story. And then I freaked out. And then I called Emily, who's my mentor. And I called her and I was like, what do I do? And y'all, it took me 5 seconds. I just had to call Expedia and tell them, like, hey, can you add a letter? Because I spelled her name wrong. It was something so silly, right? But let me tell you something. I learned so much from that one small booking. Absolutely. I learned so much. What did I learn from there? One, how to gather their info and make sure I spelt that name correctly. How to look up a trip. Yeah. Okay. Look what I'm telling you. What I'm trying to tell you with clarity, right? This is what I'm explaining. Like, you guys have to understand you're not going to learn everything overnight. Like, it doesn't happen that way as a travel agent. We learn as we experience things. And that's exactly what I did here, right? So when the next booking came, I was ready, right? I was like, all right, this is what I need from you, right? Now I've gotten to a point like where I will be like, okay, you don't want to fill out the inquiry form? Fine. Tell me exactly blah, 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 blah. Like, I've gotten to a point where I know exactly what I need to get a booking done, right? And that happens as you go. So you do your first booking, you're a little rusty, like, all right, we got this. And then the next one comes, you know exactly what to ask, right? So I want you to understand that as you're building your own empire, that you need to search for clarity. You always, if you don't understand something, you need to ask. If you want to, I don't even care if you comment on my YouTube video and be like, hey, I saw you explain this, but what is this, right? Like, next month, I'm doing Saturday Mornings with Ash, which is me, by the way. I'm doing Saturday Mornings with Ash. And in those, I'm going to have live travel Q&As where you guys can come and ask questions. Ask them, right? If you don't ask them, you will never know. And you will sit there and kind of just stay on this level of not being able to grow because you're boxing yourself in because you didn't ask. Like, if you're an experienced agent and maybe you're just hopping on this, go ahead and comment for me. How many times have we put ourselves in a bubble because we didn't ask the question, right? Especially to your mentors, or maybe not even a mentor. Maybe if you just hop on a Q&A, any kind of experienced agent, like something that might take you guys hours to do can take us minutes to do. So please ask. Always search for clarity and what to do next and what you're doing, okay? When you have this clarity, your whole energy is going to shift. And it's not about knowing everything. I'm not telling you to sit down and learn everything. I just want you to sit down and go, okay, what's my next step? You need to set time blocks with yourself and say, okay, I want to do this for so much. And then I need you to step away. I need you to walk away for a little bit, live in your home because we do this from home, and then come back. All right, now I need to do this, okay? And we might not complete it, okay? But we're going to complete small steps. And those small steps is what gets you to be a successful travel agent that you are in the future, okay? it's built. It's not done all in once. Next one. Number 2. Okay. So I say tools and templates are your safety net, because the more you rely on a system for your business, the more successful you are. Don't sit here and try to put all of this pressure on yourself to be a marketer, to be a creator, to be a booker, to be the mom or the dad, or I want you to take some of the pressure off of you. And you will learn in a lot of my trainings that I talk about systems. I talk about, even if the system's Google Sheets, I don't care what it is. I want you to get all of the tools and I want you to keep them together, and when you are stuck, use them, because that's going to save you so much time. Don't sit there and try to rely on yourself. So what do I mean? So make sure you, of course, always have an inquiry form set up. Even if you want to use the one in the back office on your website, I don't care. That's fine. But you need to have some way for people to contact you. Make sure you list it everywhere so they don't have to ask. If they have to ask, they're not going to find it. If they have to search for it, they're not going to look for it. Put it everywhere, okay? We can put it in our links. We can put our bios. We can make link trees. There's plenty of places to put it. But make sure that it's where it's supposed to be. That will be your safety net for always making sure people have a way to book with you. You can block yourself if they don't have that. Next, simple intro message or script. Let people know you are a travel agent. Let them know what you do. Let them know what you specialize in. Always have this set up, no matter what platform you're on. Introduce it so that people automatically know what you're here for. Also, easy quote layout. Don't overcomplicate quotes. We have a tendency to kind of overwhelm ourselves when we first do our first quote, because we want it to be perfect. No, we don't want perfect in all quotes. We need it to be, well done, okay? And we have trainings on this if you want them, but simply it needs to have the hook to pull them in to the quote. Visualize it, right? And then come back in, deliver the information, and then give them the closing of it. It's basically like a post, honestly. That's what a quote is. You want to bring them in. This is what I'm giving you. Wow, look at this. Look at these deals, whatever, right? The information, how much it costs, and then here's how to book. Have a great day. Something that simple can be done in a quote, okay? Do your best. Do what you know is right. It's not always going to be the most simplest quote or the most this or that, right? But do what you're supposed to do and they will come to you naturally. All right. Are you going to get every booking? Absolutely not. I would be lying if I ever said that. Okay. But the right people that value you will book with you. Okay. Another thing I want to suggest is getting a few email scripts or text message scripts, whatever, set up. This makes my life so much easier. And I'm actually teaching next month how to do email scripts and how to schedule them. So make sure you check out those trainings, okay? But I have things set up in place, and you will develop this as you go, okay? But how to respond to people if they have final payment reminders. I have a script for that. ChatGPT built all of these. Please understand, okay? But I have a script for how to send out a final payment reminder. I have a script for welcome, thank you for booking with me. Here's some more information. And you don't need all these right now, but if you find yourself constantly saying the same thing to people, which you will, get a script for it. So then you can just, okay, copy, paste, text script, whatever you want to have, however that works for you, great. But essentially what I want you to do is kind of set a auto response in a way, like, okay, I got this, go, because you don't want to waste time trying to put together something. Like, I think most of my time has taken by putting it together, and then after I put it together, I'm like, oh, thank gosh, okay, here, send, right? So take the time to put it together so you don't have to spend hours trying to respond to somebody, okay? Next thing I want to talk about, a booking workflow that you can follow. So I think we all pretty much go over the booking workflows and new agent orientations that you probably have already attended, but I will cover it very quickly. Okay. So we have somebody that comes and they are, interested in your services. Okay, great. 90% of them will fill out the inquiry form. 10% of them don't care about it. They just want to talk to you. So If you get that client that wants to talk to you, instead qualify them naturally with the inquire form with you, right? And then ask them the same questions in a text message. You get the idea. Sometimes you have to repeat the same question, but just keep asking. And if they ever tell you, no, I don't have a budget, they're lying. They definitely have a budget. Even rich people have a budget for vacations, okay? So try to find out what it is, a rough idea, etc. And then what do? We plan, right? So we're going to go to the vendors. Now, on this part, as a new agent, what I want you to do, okay, reach out to your mentor immediately. All right, hey, this is what I got going. Do you have any ideas? If you feel like you can do it on your own, great. If you feel like you need help, ask. Please ask. Okay, that's the worst thing that you could do is not ask. And then after that, you send them the form or you send the quote to them. I try to do 3 options always, and then they approve one, and then we start the booking workflow. Okay, that's what we're talking about now. As soon as they say, yes, this is what I want, we immediately send the credit card authorization form, get it signed, get the ID, the front of the credit card, just the small part so I can verify who they are, etc. Right? Read the credit card auth form. It tells exactly what to do. Get that. We store it in a safe place. Okay, thank you. Immediately we go in and do the booking. Now I'm going to tell you a lot of the times we can book things without a deposit required. If that's the case, get the name and date of birth first, reserve it, and then go get the credit card auth form and come back, okay? I do this a lot on Vax, so you'll see when you go, but check and see if you can reserve it without a deposit. If you can, just go in and hold it, because if you can hold it, then you're not going to lose it, right? So try that out. All right, but now we've done the booking, okay? We got that. We send them the receipts, whatever. And then immediately after, we go do the commission tracking form. So we get it done because you only have 30 days from the booking date to do the commission tracking form. So then we do that commission tracking form, and that's it. All right. As Miss Courtney Palladino always says, book, rinse, repeat. Book, rinse, repeat, right? That's exactly what you're doing. You booked it, you're rinsing it off. All right. Submit that commission tracking form, and then we go back to repeating the bookings. Now, later on, you'll do the follow-ups and, the checking in and making sure they have everything, etc. But that's essentially the booking workflow. That's something that you can follow because you're doing it every single time, right? Now, another thing that I will suggest too is maybe reach out to your mentor and ask them. But a lot of us have like vendor cheat sheets that they probably will have to suggest to you, so you can have all your vendors in order. All right. They're very easy to kind of just set up, when it comes to picking what vendors you like, but there's a lot of vendors. So if you can get a cheat sheet that kind of works for the different niches, that'll help you a ton. So ask your mentor for that one. All right. But these types of things that I'm explaining to you is what's going to make you feel like you're prepared, because you know exactly what to do with these tools and templates, right? We know what an inquiry form does. We know what to do after an inquiry form, right? I just told you a booking workflow. Now you know what to do with the bookings, right? If somebody emails you, don't worry, I got a script, reply. This is all going to set you up to prepare you so that when it becomes time to actually do a booking, right? You're not overwhelmed. You're not worried. You're like, all right, we got this confidence. Let's go. Now, number 3, gentle learning and experience. I say gentle learning because there's a lot of learning that we can do, okay? And I don't want you to do like reps. And I say reps is because I always think about people working out, right? When people work out, their goal is to like lose weight or to get fit, to get confident. Yeah, that's why I pulled that in there. Okay. I'm not asking you to do like a bunch of reps of like trainings and stuff like that, because like, honestly, we don't get paid to train. Right. And I know I do trainings all the time. I don't care if you put me on and make your, spaghetti for dinner. That's fine. I'm just trying to teach you different things. Right. But you don't get paid for that. So I want you to do gentle learning and kind of experience things as you go as a travel agent, so you're still making money in the process. Now, what do I mean by that? So I want you to think of when you're learning. Okay, I want you to think of it like in experiencing different things as small, stress-free moments of practice is how I'm going to refer to that. Okay, so let me explain. So let's just say you have some time and now you're like, okay, what's a good step for me? Try a mock booking. Play around with the system. Learn it. Okay, this is supposed to be just something like you can just kind of pick up and grow with, etc. It's not meant to be stressful. It's not meant to kind of be like, oh, what's the price? No, we're just playing with the systems, okay? Look around that supplier site, watch one vendor video or watch one of Ash Knows Travels trainings. I don't know, and then create a simple quote to just get familiar with things. Okay. The reason I'm explaining this to you is because there's a lot to take on at once, but you can sit here and learn and learn and learn. And I'm here to teach you all day long, right? I'm here. Ash Knows Travel. We'll teach you for days, but you will actually not really learn any of what I'm teaching you until you experience it. So you need to get out there. And if you see a training today, like I'm telling you, let's go talk about that workflow. Oh, I don't know anything about a credit card auth form. Okay, I explained it to you, but you need to go see what it is. You need to check for yourself. I'm going to move my camera over this way. Okay, there we go. It's driving me crazy. You need to go for yourself and kind of just sit down and like figure out what is going to work for you when it comes to systems. You need to figure out what suppliers you like. You need to figure out what kind of inquiry form you want. Like, make sure you guys are implementing what you're learning and not just kind of soaking in all the knowledge, because there's a lot of knowledge, right? So another way you can also do this with the learning and experience is going to be talk about travel. When you're talking to people, when you're talking just in general on social media, like bring it into your life. And that's one of the best ways you can start experiencing it, because people will understand you when you go to talk about it later on, right? Don't just hit them with travel, gently bring it on to them. And so that as you're experiencing it and as you're growing as a travel agent, they're growing with you, okay? And then another thing I want to suggest too is a great way to gain experience is to join some Facebook groups. I talk about this a lot. Facebook groups are a great way to kind of expose yourself as a travel agent, but also kind of learn how people respond. Like, there's other travel agents in these groups, right? So we can watch what they're doing. We can answer questions. And that's how I got my first booking. I answered a question and then I sent her a DM. Okay, that's what I did. So these groups are just kind of great ways for us to just kind of get our feet wet, and you can have a great potential of getting a booking on there. So make sure you guys join those groups, okay? Join it from your personal page at first, and then just put your link in your bio. You could put your link tree, your inquiry form, whatever in your bio. And then when you put that in there, they can just click on you, see that you're a travel agent, book with you. Same, works just great when you're first doing it, okay? But what I'm trying to get to is that these tiny actions are what helps build that quiet confidence over time, because you've already done this on your own. So then you don't have to wait for your first booking to try a supplier. Go in there and try it out. See how you like it. Maybe you don't like that supplier, but it's okay. We have 130 plus more that you could try, right? So you need to set that time to not only learn, but to kind of experience and grow as who you want to be as a travel agent. So, and lastly, the most important one I feel like is community and support. You grow faster when you feel supported. I can absolutely tell you that. I'm going to be absolute proof of that. You ready for this? So I started with Ash Knows Travel at the end of July, and I had 1,300 subscribers, and I am at like 400 now, and it is November. Yeah. What happens is I started growing faster. I started getting, better on the platform. I started getting more bookings. I started talking to more people, and I had support, right? So you will grow faster when you feel supported. Now, that isn't going to happen immediately. It might happen immediately, honestly. I've seen it happen immediately. So I can't say it won't, but if it doesn't, that's okay. Okay. I started as a small town girl from Alabama, and the people that I had around me they were not booking. They did not have money to book, to be honest with you. I said small town, right? So I had to grow my support from people that I don't know. Yeah, from social media. And I have learned that people who don't know you will support you more in your business than people that are friends and family. I'm just being honest with you. But I could tell you something in that too. The more I grew, the more I told people. The more the support I gained, the more I shared that win. And that made them want to book with me. Those friends and family, immediately when I started being like, look what I'm doing. Look how I saved this client money. Look at the booking I just did. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you can still get that support from them, but it might be a little bit more of a pull. So you need to find your people. You need to find who will support you, whether that's a stranger, whether that's a friend, whatever that is. You need to find your way. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to tell you that this particular slide is not really about that, but I kind of want to go into that too, okay? I feel like that's something we kind of go as through new agents. Now, this community and support that they're talking about is going to be more of the people in our community with Evolution Archers. So we have a very amazing community, and I have learned through other agents and myself that the more you tap into it, the more you attend the trainings, the more you are asking questions, you're seeing what other people are doing, right? You're attending trainings, of course, at your own pace. You're staying connected to your mentor, to leadership, to your platinum, whoever they are. Like, you're staying connected in the know, in the chats, you're asking, you're learning, okay? And the biggest thing is that you're celebrating yourself, okay? You need to celebrate your small wins. I have my mentor and my platinum, who's the same person. I have Emily, okay, and she supports me, right? And she helps. And I have, I have Courtney Palladino, I have Founder, I have everybody, right? But at the same time, I have to celebrate myself too, because they're there for like the big wins, and that's great. But I have to tell other people what I'm doing. I have to celebrate those small wins too, because in that small win is the big one. Like it takes a lot of small wins to equal a big win, I have to say, as somebody who's been here, right? But it's the small wins that give us that confidence and that motivation to kind of keep going, okay? Now, we have a community of full supporters, a safe place for me to learn, a safe place for me to try things, right? So we are creating that community, whether you're in your own team's community, I don't care what community you're in. Create a community that you feel safe in, and a community that will remind you that you're not doing this alone. And I promise you, you will be 10 times more successful as a travel agent when you do this. That community is what helps you through those bad days, or it helps you through those times where you're frustrated, or like, what do I do here? Because we've all done this, right? And you have somebody to vent to, which is a great thing, especially in business. How many people can say, oh, I started a business and I had a whole community to vent to about it? Nobody, right? But we have that here, okay? So use it. Please use that tool, because that is going to help you way more than the training that I'm doing right now, okay? Those people are here to support you. So please make sure you use that support that you have. And if you need a community, I'm here. I'm here for you too, right? I love talking to you guys so much. I'm going to see you guys on Saturdays, okay? We're going to do Saturday mornings with Ash. Bring your small wins there. I will celebrate you. But that community that you're building, that foundation, is going to help you so much, all right? So let's talk about the things that block us as new agents. We're almost done. I've been talking a lot, but I have so much to share with you guys. Like, if I could go back, these are one of those trainings. Like, this is the training I wish I had, okay? So the 5 big confident blocks and gentle fixes that we can do. I don't know what to say. Okay, if you don't know what to say, ask ChatGPT. Let them give you a script. Don't go off of the top of your head. Don't be nervous about it. Let them help you. Use the tools, right? You don't have to be so professional about it, but you just need to sound like you know what you're doing, and ChatGPT can help you, okay? What if they ask something I don't know? Okay, that's a great question. Let me double check so I can get the most accurate information. Great, go look it up. I don't know everything. I got tools, I got resources, I got mentors, right? That's okay. We can find out, right? I'm nervous to talk on camera. Listen, I know, I agree. Okay. I used to be so nervous about training on camera. I don't know why. Here I am. Okay. It took a long time, but here we are. Okay. That's fine. You don't have to start with your face. I ran a successful TikTok page for 2 years before I ever showed my face on my travel business page, and it worked great. Okay. I still get bookings from it. It's great. It's fine. I used B-roll, which is what we call background content, which you could find in like CapCut, Unsplash, just like content of like the destinations or the resorts. Okay, that's background content. You can use that. You can do voiceovers until you're ready to show your face. You can do screen recordings until you're ready to go live, whatever, right? And another thing I would suggest is just take those topics and try to do short videos with them until you're more confident, right? But there's ways to grow out of that. And if you are stuck there, that's fine, but don't always remain there. You have to outgrow it. Look at me, okay? I used to never do live trainings with my face, because I don't know why. I figured like, yeah, like you guys want to look at the screen, not my face. But It's okay. I need that personal connection with you guys. I need to be with you guys, and I can't be with you if you don't see me, right? So I grew out of it, and you have that same capability. Next one, I feel too new. Oh man, a lot of you guys do this. Oh, I don't know. I'm still new. I don't know what I'm doing. That's okay. Just do it. Just go. Just do it. I promise you, if you don't do it perfectly the first time, you can second or third time, right? You won't do it until you actually get out there. If you keep saying that to yourself, you're never going to do it, and you're not going to be able to grow because you're hindering yourself by putting yourself in that box, right? I'm scared of messing up. Did you not hear my story? Did you not hear me? I spelled the lady's name wrong and she saw it and I had to fix it. Okay, so what? That's okay. We're human. We make mistakes and most things are fixable, right? Now, of course, make sure you know exactly what you're doing, etc. Okay, don't go out there and start like just booking or whatever, right? But just understand that it's okay to make mistakes. You can't become a better agent if you don't fail at some point. I'm sorry, you can't. If you're sitting here smoothing on sailing and you're smooth sailing and no mistakes, you're never going to grow because you're never going to know what obstacles you have to face to become a better agent, basically, is what I'm saying, right? And I like this right here. This takes away the pressure. You're not supposed to know everything. You're learning. This is a journey, not a test. Yes, okay? You can be new and still be a great travel agent because we have so many tools and resources that we have everything that you need to be successful right off the gate. As long as you've done your trainings, you know exactly where to go, whatever, right? Whenever you get that clarity down, you're good. If you need clarity, ask your mentor, ask the community, ask for help. Get the clarity that you need and go, right? Use the platform that you're given to make money. Don't hinder yourself by giving yourself these blocks right here. Get past that. Now, the soft confidence blueprint, okay? I put gentle in there when I was talking to them, and man, they're really hitting on that gentle. I think it's funny. All right. So daily, I want you to do something that kind of just goes towards that confidence. That's what I'm trying to get at. I don't want you to sit here and feel like you could do everything overnight because you can't. Okay. So daily, post something small, a tip, a photo, a fun fact. I don't care. Just start small. Do something daily that's going to help you keep going. And then try to learn something new or do something new or accomplish something new every day. Okay. Pick just one small thing. Now, of course, we're not working on the weekends or whatever, right? Pick your days off, but you get where I'm saying. The days that you work, try to do something new every day. Okay. Do I finish them all the time? No. But I'll tell you one thing I tell everybody. Okay. Write it down. Whatever you have an idea, write it down. Come back to it. Write it down. Do that. Always do that for yourself because it's really going to help you when it comes to, in general of what should I do next? Write it down. You'll already have a list. Okay. And then also always check your messages. Man, listen, a lot of our messages go to spam, especially when we first start, because our algorithm is like, who are these people? Why are they contacting you? So we need to get used to getting messages. Check your spam, check your inquiry forms. Sometimes, what if you don't get the email? What if you don't get the notification? Like, always go in there and just check everything. Check your emails, whatever. Do that every day so you get into a habit. So then when they start coming in, you don't get overwhelmed with, oh my God, now I have to check this. Now I have to check that. No, you've already done it. Okay. Weekly. Okay. Start with trying to do one mock booking weekly. Explore a new resort or a new destination, whatever your niche is. Learn something new about it. Watch a training at your own pace. Clean up your workspace. Get rid of all the old stuff. Please do this. Oh man, I have like 5,000 emails and I could have just gotten rid of them, but I didn't. Okay. Don't do that to yourself. Next, celebrate one small win. Talk about yourself every week. This is going to help you gain followers. Yes. It's going to help you gain supporters. It's going to help gain people booking with you because they can see you winning in it. So even if they're not following you yet, even if they're just kind of wondering what you're up to, fine, go follow it, right? Next, monthly, okay, add one new tool or new template. Try to do something every new to kind of grow yourself a little bit further, okay? Notice how far you've come. And you know how I do that? Do you want to know how I notice how far I come? Let me tell you. I just go to the bottom of my TikTok and I look at those creepy videos that I used to put out and they still got hits, okay? They were still bangers, okay? But man, have I gotten better. Man, like if I go back to my trainings, even let's just start with the trainings, okay? If I go back to when I started training in 2022, like I really started training then, ooh, if we were to compare to today, obviously a lot better. I mean, I got a whole intro, everything, right? We all get better. But if I don't go and check where I started, I don't ever notice that I'm getting better. Okay. So do something that feels slightly outside of your comfort zone, and that you honestly, this is it right here. This is growth without pressure. You're rewarding yourself for trying new things and adding new things as you go. Okay. It's just gentle, straight progress. So you don't take off that whole pressure of just like, all right, now I got to be this, now I got to be that. No, I want you to be exactly who you're supposed to be, and you're going to build it one step at a time. Okay. How to look more confident without feeling it yet. Use a clear, warm tone. Okay. Don't start with, I don't know. Don't do that. Just say, okay, look, I can find out the answer, right? Answer with that calm, cool, I know what to do energy. Keep your messages organized, please. Send clean, simple proposals. Okay. Don't rush. Don't ever put yourself in a box and say, I'll have a quote for you within like 20 minutes. Nope, we're not doing that. Okay. Thoughtful is confident. Okay. Being thoughtful. And then, of course, lastly, yes, I love this one. Use branded graphics or templates. Create a brand. If you don't have a brand yet, I have a training on, I'm sending you to another training. Okay. Build a brand. And I have a training on that. It's literally called Building Your Brand as a Travel Advisor. But that is game changing. When you have your own brand, I mean, you guys saw everything. Ash Knows Travel, Ash Knows Travel. That's a brand. That's who I am. Okay. You have to do that as a travel agent. You need to become a brand. You need to build yourself as I am the person you book with. I handle your stuff. Okay. Easily do that by brand. So what's a brand? That's going to be like your logo. That's going to be your picture. Use it on everything. Whatever picture you use the same picture all the way throughout. Whatever your brand is, use the same colors, use the same fonts, use the same templates. And I teach you all of this, okay, as you go. But I want you to get in the habit of already, as Ms. Deidre Norton has always told me, treat it as a six-figure business in the beginning. So then when you get to that six-figure business, you're not overwhelmed. Yeah, that's it. Treat it as a six-figure business in the beginning, okay? That's how you build your confidence. You have to acknowledge that this is what you are going to become, and then you will bring it into existence, right? So confidence is communicated through presence and not perfection. Exactly. Keep showing up regardless. Just keep showing up, okay? All right, so let me show you an example of that. The client confidence script. Use this when you need a moment, okay? Soon as you get your first inquiry form, or maybe you've already gotten one, you don't know what to say next time, I got you. I'm excited to help you. I send this text message 30 minutes after, at least 30 minutes as soon as I get the quote. Sometimes right after, it just depends, okay? But I try not to go any longer than 30 minutes. Hey, I'm so excited to help you. Let me double check a few details so everything is accurate for you. I'll get back to you. Sometimes I'll put in there like, hey, I got your quote request. I'm so happy to help you and get started. I'll ask questions, whatever I need. But have that script of, I'm excited to help you. Let me get everything in order. Let me double check a few details, whatever, right? This way, you've already set the tone of, I have acknowledged you, and I acknowledge that I need to do this, this, and this. Now you know what's next, and now they know what's next, right? That's a warm, calm, trusted response, and exactly what they need to reinsure that, hey, I can book through this person. They're double checking for me. Great. That's exactly what I need them to do, right? Now, another thing that I wanted to talk about too is kind of within the support yourself, okay? A lot of people like to book with advisors based off of the responses that they receive, right? It's kind of like a review, but you're getting it yourself. So you need to brag about what you do as a travel agent. That's how you build your confidence. When people can see what you're doing, it's building it too, right? So I like to call this a brag bank, okay? And I do this myself. If you ever go to my Facebook, you can see it. It's all over there. Even Travel with Ash does it. It doesn't matter. Ash Knows Travel, all platforms. We brag about what we do because we celebrate our wins so everybody else can celebrate them too. Let's go. Kind messages you receive, always. If you get a kind response, you better hashtag screen it. I don't care if you cut out their face, share it, right? Quotes that you have created. If you've created something that you're really like proud of, that you think is a great deal, turn it into a mock booking. Let other people know about it. Bookings that you've helped with. I call these client wins. I don't get their information, okay? I just say, hey, look what I showed, what I did for my client. Look how I did this, right? Trainings you have attended. If you're attending trainings and you're becoming more knowledgeable, tell everyone, okay? Yeah, screenshot this one for all I care. I'm in a live training right now. Great, okay? This way, they can see that you are becoming a better travel agent, which gives them confidence to book with you. Okay, look where we're going. Okay, things that you've learned. I always do travel tips, fun facts, whatever. Those are great because you're basically saying, look, I can do this, this, and this for you because I know this information. You're the expert, right? Wins that you're proud of. When they see you start growing, they see you start doing all of these things, you can easily turn that I'm unsure, right? Even your clients, you can take that I'm unsure too, and you can revisit it, right? This way, you're bragging about yourself and you're letting other people brag about you in the process. And it's going to help you kind of be reminded of how far you've come and how things are getting better. These are small wins. These are just simple things that you can look back and go, wow, look at what I did, right? So make sure you're always talking about yourself and bragging about what you've done. All right. Now I'm going to leave you with this, and I'm going to make sure, wish you guys, of course, the best, happiest Thanksgiving if I don't see you again. Okay. Tomorrow we do have that awesome training. What I was telling you guys, that we have that awesome interview that I'm going to do. It's going to be like a round table, just different panel of meeting of different agents. We're going to just talk about that confidence curve. We're on it. Okay. We're going to talk about just different things that you guys want to maybe learn as being new travel agents or agents that are just growing and learning. They got it all for us, okay? So make sure you guys hop on tomorrow while you're getting your turkeys ready. And then on Thursday, I'm going to do a live replay. All day, I just have live replays. So if you're bored and you want to learn something while you're, after you eat your turkey or whatever, feel free to hop on, okay? But I want to leave you guys with this, of course. We'll see. So you don't build confidence by being perfect, okay? I feel like that is the biggest thing that we do as travel agents. We try to be perfect so badly that we end up putting ourselves in a box, okay? You build confidence and you become a better travel agent by being present, by being curious, and being willing to show up and to learn. Yeah. And I want to go ahead and say before I end this that you're actually doing better than you think. You know why? You showed up. You showed up. Give yourself a round of applause because you took time out of your day to become a better travel agent. So I want to commend you on that alone, okay? And I want you to know that you are becoming the travel agent that your future clients will trust and love. So keep being you, keep following these steps, keep showing up, and I can't wait to see all of the amazing success that you are going to do here. If you have any questions for me, feel free to go ahead and drop them in the chat now for me. I will meet you there in the studio, and I will answer those questions. And if not, I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. PST. Thank you guys so much for hopping on, and I'm going to play some outro music and answer your questions.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, you grow hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Thanks for spending these moments with me. The world is big and beautiful and full of stories, and we're just getting started. Wherever the next horizon leads, I'll meet you there. Until then, keep wondering and keep exploring. And remember, Ash knows travel.